Hi and welcome to my garden on this beautiful spring day. Hopefully it's going to stay nice and sunny and dry while I film this video, but I do love practicing yoga in the outdoors to feel connected with nature. This is a sequence that I've put together for runners. I myself am a runner. I run on the trails and I run with my hound Tim in Canicross. And yoga and running to me are just such a beautiful combination. We can put through our bodies through quite a lot of stress and strain when we run, but yoga gives us a beautiful tool to stretch, to connect with our mind and with our body, and to really look after the body. So this sequence is going to give us a good workout. It will help us build strength, stabilize the joints. It will work the legs, the part of the body that we use when running, but also focus on the upper body because it's important that we keep our chest and shoulders open to aid with breathing. And as we know, everything is connected. So a nice workout, but also, and this is where yoga really helps me as a runner and others, is to connect with the mind, because what goes on with our mind is as important, if not more, as to what's going on in the body. So with the beautiful yoga, we connect both, that unity between the mind and body. So let's get started. I hope you enjoy. So we'll start in Sukhasana, seated position, with the feet crossed in front of us. Take the hands to the knees. We'll just take a few deep breaths in. You can close your eyes, just drop the chin a little bit, sit up nice and tall, head over heart, heart over pelvis. And let's take 4 deep breaths in and out together, and just evaluate what's going on in our body and in our mind and accept where we are today. Okay, deep breath in. And exhale slowly. Breathe in. And exhale. Breathe in. And exhale. And one more deep breath in. And deep breath out. I'm going to take some nice gentle neck circles. So just moving the nose around in a small circle, whichever way you choose. Just nice and steady. And you can gently increase the size of the circle. Make sure to breathe. A bit of daily neck hygiene is always great, and this is something we can do anytime, anywhere. Get rid of any tension out the neck. And if you're in a large circle or even small at the moment, just reverse the circles to go in the other direction. Just work the other way. Relaxing the shoulders. Sitting up nice and straight. And as we're sitting in this position, we'll feel a nice stretch in the hips as well. Okay, and take your head back to center. Now we're just going to gently look over the right shoulder. No straining, just a nice gentle stretch. Keep breathing. Back to center on the exhale. Breathe in, look over your left shoulder. And back to center. I'm going to take our fingertips out to the sides. Raise the right arm up and over to the left side. We're going to get a nice side body stretch, just nice and gentle to start with. You look up to the sky. Keep that chest nice and open. Breathe in and out. You can add some movement if you like. Make it your own. Find what feels right in your body today. And then we'll take the right hand down, touch the ground, and left arm up and over to the right hand side. and feel that beautiful stretch in the left side of the body. You can look up at the sky or the ceiling. Deep breath in. Again, you can make it your own, find some movement. Whoa, that feels quite nice. And fingertips down to the side. Gently roll the shoulders back. And forward. It's amazing when we run how much tension we can build up in the shoulders. So it's just nice to loosen them off. Lovely. And let's turn to our sides on the mat. I'm going to have legs straight out in front, sitting up nice and tall, head aligned over the heart, over the pelvis. We're going to get a nice strength in the back when we sit in these positions. And we're going to take the left foot in, keep the right foot out. And we're just going to hook the right arm over the left knee and twist again. And your breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So we're just gently pulling the knee in, not much. We just want to feel the stretch into the hip. And switch legs. Left leg goes out. Take the right leg in. Left arm, hook around the right knee and just gentle twist. Right. Nice length in the spine, relaxing the shoulders. On the inhale, I like to think stretch up a little bit. On the exhale, turn into the twist. Beautiful. Back to center, legs stretched out in front. Now I'm going to take the legs slightly wide, not too wide because this is early on. And I used to do a lot of head to knee pose, but I've been working with a fantastic running coach and I've built a lot of his ideas into my yoga practice now to keep things more dynamic, not to push the body, especially in the early stages. So we've got legs not too wide, just whatever feels comfortable. You're not taking to what feels like your edge at this point. We're sitting up nice and straight. We're just going to twist round to the right leg and we're just going to walk our hands down the shin and back up again and back down the shin and back up and back down the shin and back up. Beautiful. Take your hands over to your left shin just below the knee, and again we'll do the same. So we walk the fingers down and then back up, walk down and then back up, and walk down and back up. Lovely. And it's very gentle movements. It's a lot more subtle than taking the full expression of a head to knee pose, for example, but we still feel that nice stretch and we're not over stretching at this stage. Lovely. Back to center. Take the legs back in and we're going to move into tabletop position onto all fours. So just move nice and easy. How we move matters. As runners, we know how important that is. Okay, tabletop position. And we're going to start with some spinal flexion. Mobility of the spine is another great thing when we run, or for anything really, for life. Look after that spine. Okay, so we've got our knees under our hips, our wrists underneath our shoulders. Back is nice and straight. Think a straight line from the crown of the head along to your tailbone. Woohoo! Give it a little shake. Starting tabletop. On the inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, look forward. Exhale, round through. Inhale, open the chest, look forward. You drop in the belly, On the exhale, round in the spine, starting at the tailbone, just curl, and then eventually the head will drop down. If you can imagine each part of the spine, each vertebrae moving, it's nice to visualize that, see that flexibility. Inhale, open the chest, look forward. Exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest. Let's do one more in your own time. Lovely. Back to tabletop position. I'm going to take the right foot and we're going to stretch it back, so straight leg. I'm just going to gently rock back and forth and feel a nice stretch in the Achilles and in the calf. Just keeping the movement nice and dynamic. And keep breathing. Keep it still now. Then we're going to walk the right foot over to the left side of the mat and just off the mat. And you'll feel a lovely stretch down the right hand side of the body. And then you can just take your gaze and gently look over your left shoulder to look at your beautiful foot. They work so hard for us. Spend a lot of time in the trainers. Deep breath in and out. In and out. And then let's take it back to center. And this next stretch I'm doing, it's called one of the best runners stretches in the world, and it's very much like low lunge to runner's lunge. So I'm just going to build this into this part of the sequence. So we're now going to take the right foot forward, and we're going to have that outside of our hands, so a bit like a lizard variation, but this is a gentle stretch at this point. Okay, and we're just going to move the right knee back and forward, just keeping it dynamic. Back and forward, back and forward. And now we're going to take our hands to the top of the right thigh and the same, back and forward. You just feel a nice gentle stretch in the hip flexor, in the hamstrings, and in the groin. I can feel that too. Okay, we'll take the hands back to the ground, and we're going to straighten. It doesn't have to be totally straight, and I'd advise not to straighten it, so keep a bend in the knee and never lock it out. Nice runner's lunge, and again dynamic, back and forth, back and forth. Remember to breathe. And just go with what is comfortable in your body. Just want a nice gentle stretch at this point. Beautiful. Plant the palms. We'll take the right foot back to tabletop. We'll do the same little ditty on the left hand side. So back in tabletop, our wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Nice straight line, crown to tailbone. Take the left foot and stretch it out, and we're just going to rock gently back and forth to nicely stretch the Achilles and the calf. Remember your breathing. And then we're going to walk the left foot over and off the right side of the mat, and gently turn our gaze over the right shoulder to look at our gorgeous right foot. And breathe. Take the foot back. Now we're going to take it up and in to the outside of our hands. And just again, gentle movement, back and forth. The best runner stretch in the world, and so much like what we do in our yoga practice, low lunge and runner's lunge. So this is a nice stretch to do as part of your warm-up routine when you head out for a run. And we'll take the hands to the top of the thigh, and again, just gentle, dynamic movement. Feel that nice stretch in the glute down the hamstring in the hip flexor. Lovely. Take the hands back to the ground. We'll just lift the toes into runner's lunge and just gently back and forth. Keep the bend in the knee. Beautiful. Plant the palms and go back to tabletop and take the toes together, the knees out to the edge of the mat, and we're just going to move back into extended child's pose. Take the hands forward, have a nice rest. But again, we're opening the shoulders here, we're opening the chest, just going to help our breathing. And if you can take the forehead to the ground. Even rock slight side to side on your forehead, get a nice little massage on the third eye. Lovely, just having a little rest and check in, see where we are, see how we feel now. Keep the legs in the same position. We're going to come back up and like tabletop, but with our legs still in the child's pose, we'll have our wrists underneath the shoulders, and I'm going to raise the right arm up to the sky. I'm going to thread the needle, arm underneath the left arm. And you can rest the head on the ground, the ear on the ground, and breathe. Feel a nice stretch in the shoulder. And back up to center, and the same on the left hand side. So we raise the left arm up to the sky or the ceiling and thread the needle under the right arm. Feel that gorgeous stretch and breathe. Lovely. And back up. Take the knees back in. I'm going to walk. You can curl the toes under, walk the hands up the thighs, so up in hero pose, and we just gently knead our hip flexors. That feels really nice. Beautiful. And then we're going to come up. I'm going to go into a gate pose variation, so I'll turn it around for this, but you can stay where you are on the mat. So now kneeling. I've got my feet flat, but you can have your toes curled under, whichever feels more comfortable for you. I'm going to take my right leg out to the right hand side, straight. I'm going to stretch my left hand up and over to the right, and I can take my right hand down the thigh and the calf and just feel that lovely stretch. Feel it in the inner thigh and the outer thigh, and all up the left side of my body. And breathe. And the exhale back to center. Take the right foot in. I'll go out to the left hand side. Left foot out, placed on the mat. Straight leg, straighten the torso, still finding the height, your head over heart, over pelvis. Take the right hand up and over. We get another beautiful side stretch. And feel the stretch in the inner thigh, the outer thigh, hips. Lovely. Breath in and breathe out. Beautiful. Back to center, back to tabletop. So I shall swivel around here. And now we're going to start and light up the core a little bit. So we're going to go hovering table. So curl your toes under and lift the knees. If you think belly button to spine, so start engaging the core. Hold for another 3. 1, 2, 3. Lovely. Lower the knees. Now we're going to move into downward facing dog, so you can move your hands slightly forward. Toes still curled under. We're going to gently raise the hips up, high and back into our first downward dog. So upper arm bones should be rotating out and our thighs should be rotating in the way. And take your dog for a nice walk. Just find that lovely stretch
Find some freedom in the form. Just find what feels nice in your body, how it is today. You can look under, hi, your left armpit, your right armpit. Sniff your armpits if you wish. I've been for a run, that'd be nice. Yay, embrace it. Okay, back to stillness in our dog. Now we're going to take a nice gentle walk up to the front. So take your time with this. This is going to give us a nice foot stretch, and just focus on the movement, the feeling, what is going on in the feet. So just nice little crisscross steps up to the front. And we'll meet at the front of the mat in forward fold. Feet hip width apart. You can have your hands on the mat. You can clasp your arms at the elbows and rock a little bit side to side. Just enjoy the nice forward fold, and all the stress and tension can just fall out. All that stress of training, tension that we build up, just let it all go. And breathe. Lovely. Good stillness. Take the hands, if the arms are clasped, down to the ground. We'll do halfway lift. So lift up to yogi's choice. You can either go to the shins or the top of the thighs, or you can keep the fingertips on the ground. What we're looking for is a figure 7 shape from crown of the head to the tail and down the legs. My favourite position is here, top of the thighs. On exhale, we'll release back to forward fold. Inhale, arms up high, volcano. One of my favourite positions. I just love being in the volcano. Think energy coming up the front of the body and back down the back of the body. Again, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Just find you can play with the pelvis, rocking it back and forth to find your own centre, find what feels good and nice and tall. And posture again is important when we run. I'm going to take the hands. I'm going to take the right hand underneath the left hand. Turn around so you can see what I'm doing. Right hand underneath the left, back to front. And a gentle tilt over to the left hand side. Again, this is another side stretch. We're getting a stretch in the side of the body, but you'll also feel it in the chest and the shoulders opening, and just helping us there. So important for our breathing. Back to centre, over to the right hand side. And back to centre. And then we'll switch the hands, so the left hand will come underneath, the right hand on top, hands are palm to palm. And again, stretch over to the left hand side. Back up to centre, over to the right hand side. Lovely. And we'll release the hands by our side. Beautiful mountain pose. I mentioned there posture being so important when we're running. My coach describes the running posture as tilting from the ankles. It's something I personally struggle with. I seem to tilt from the waist, which I find quite strange being with my daily yoga practice, but that's how it is. So it's something I'm aware of and I work on. I found mountain pose is a great pose to start any runs, and just to find that tilt. What I do is I rock back and forth on my feet, and you can start to feel when you're going to fall, because running is falling in motion. So that can just help us feel in the body where that tilt position is. For me, it's just about there. Okay, nice tip with mountain pose. Just check in with yourself again. Breathe deep. And on inhale, go back up to volcano. Exhale, forward fold. Let's flow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. The next inhale, we're going to take the hands forward and we're going to sink into chair position. Again, starting to build a little bit more strength here. So the hips are down. And breathe. And sink a little lower. And on the inhale, rise up to volcano. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to plant the palms, step the right toes back, the left toes back, and here we are in plank pose. Building strength. We are strong. Of course we are. Engage the core, straight line from the crown of the head to the feet. Inhale. Exhale. On the next exhale, we're going to lower to the belly. Take our hands in line with our ribs. You can uncurl the feet and just gentle cobra. Nice little back bend. And exhale, down. Curl the toes. Back up to plank. Downward facing dog. Next inhale, lift the right leg up high, three-legged dog. Exhale, I'm going to bring it in. Lower the left knee. You can either keep the toes curled or uncurl them. I find it more stable. We're in a low lunge. I find it more stable to have my foot flat. Okay, look forward. And breathe. Next inhale, arms up to the sky. Crescent lunge. Next exhale, we like to fly when we run, so let's take those arms into an airplane. And inhale, back up. Exhale, hands down. Lift the right knee into high lunge. And we're going to take a twist. So right hand, we're going to go up to the sky. And we're going to look up. Inhale. Exhale. Plant the palm. Step the right foot back into plank. Lower to the belly. Cobra. Just keep it nice and low. Back. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Same little ditty on the left hand side. Left leg high, three-legged dog. Bring the left foot in. Lower the right knee, low lunge. Either keep the toes curled under or uncurl them. Plant the foot flat on the ground. Inhale, arms up. Crescent lunge. And we can go some airplane arms. I didn't mean to do this until the high lunge, but hey, it feels quite nice. We're flying early. Let's go for it. And back up. Crescent lunge. Tuck the pelvis. Squeeze the inner thighs to find the lift in the pelvis. And exhale. Plant the palms. You can lift the right knee. And then I'm going to twist, open twist to the left. So raise your left hand, up to the sky. And we look up. Beautiful. Feel that gorgeous stretch. Yay. Inhale. Exhale. Back down. Plant the palms. Step back into plank. I'm going to start with more of a flow. Okay. So we're going to lower the belly. You can either do cobra. This time you can go upward facing dog. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Right leg up high and bend at the knee. I'm going to take right knee to right elbow. Starting to really build some strength now. Back up to three-legged dog. Right knee across the left elbow. Three-legged dog. Right knee through to center. Oh yeah. And then take the right leg forward. High lunge. So keep the left knee lifted. Got knee over ankle. I'm going to raise up into high lunge. And let's fly again. So the next exhale, we take our arms back and look forward. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, hands down, plant the palms, right foot back. We're back in that plank pose, building more strength, because we can. Then we'll lower to the belly. Now do belly to cobra, chaturanga to upward facing dog. And we'll meet back in down facing dog. Lift the left leg up high and take left knee to left elbow. Back up three-legged dog. Take across left knee to right elbow. Back up, three-legged dog, and straight through the center. Lovely. And now we take the left foot up into high lunge. Next inhale, arms up to sky, pelvis tucked. Engage in your core to find your strength and stability. Deep breaths. And let's fly. Airplane arms, look forward. Flying lunge. We're runners, we fly. Beautiful. Hands back up and down, plant the palms, step the left foot back. We're back in plank pose. We're building that gorgeous strength. We're lowering to the belly, belly to cobra or chaturanga to upward facing dog, back into downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up high, take the right foot forward, and pivot on the back foot and rise up into warrior one. So warrior one, our hips are facing forward. Deep breaths. Lovely. We're going to take our hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra. Step the left foot forward, about halfway to pyramid posture. I'm going to gently lean forward, halfway. And look at our reflection, beautiful reflection. And back up. Now we'll take the left foot all the way forward. I'm going to start to fly again. We love to fly. We're going to raise the left leg and we're going to take a warrior three. So tilt forward, take your left leg back. Yay. Gaze slightly forward, find your balance, and take your arms either out to the side, out into the airplane pose, or out to the front. Whatever feels better for you today. Beautiful. And then leg back in. Balance is so important to us. And down. And let's just rinse that off with a volcano, arms up to the sky, and forward fold. Halfway lift, and plant the palms, set the right foot back, left foot back, we're back in plank pose, and up into downward facing dog. And just pedal it out a little bit. Yeah, we worked hard there with that beautiful warrior three. Let's do it again on the other side. So this time we lift the left leg up high, take the left foot forward, pivot on the back foot, and raise our arms to a lovely strong warrior one. We need all that strength when we're out running. Deep breaths. And again, hips should be facing forward. Take the hands down to the heart, Anjali Mudra. Take the right foot in, halfway. Strong pyramid pose. Next exhale, just tilt forward, halfway. See our lovely reflection again. And back up, as we prepare to fly. Take the right foot all the way forward. Lift the right knee. Find your balance, engage your core for the balance. And then we can take the right leg back and start to tilt forward. into warrior three. Take the gaze with you. Find something just out in front of you to focus on. Take the arms out to the back or to the front. Find a position that suits you today, and it can be different every time we practice. Gorgeous. Back in, where we started. Leg up and gently down. And rinse that off. Back up to volcano. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Plant palms. Back into plank pose. And belly to cobra or chaturanga to upward facing dog. And back up into downward dog. Take a breath. Reset. Take dog for a walk. Just have a nice stretch. Hey. Now into warrior two flow. On the next inhale, lift the right leg up high. Exhale, right foot forward. Pivot on the back foot, on the left foot. Then left arm will go up, round, right arm forward. We'll find our warrior two. So we want knee over ankle. Nice strength and straightness in the back leg. Our arms pointing front to back, looking along at the right arm. And warrior two, our hips to the side. Next inhale, and go peaceful warrior. So left arm is going to go down the thigh, and straighten the front leg, right leg, and take the right arm up and over. Peaceful warrior. Breath in, breath out. Extended side angle. So we bend the right knee again, take the right arm down to ground, left arm up to sky. Or you can have the right arm on the thigh. Whichever works best for you today. Breath in and out. Up to peaceful warrior. Extended side angle. Peaceful warrior. Extended side angle. And back to warrior two. I'm going to take the feet, I'm going to go into standing wide-legged, toes pointing out the way. Look at all these Cossack dancers, because that's what I've been calling them. So we're going to take our right knee and just follow the foot, get in a nice stretch, and then over to the left. We've got another little dance going on. Yeah. Lovely. Then we'll meet back in wide-legged. We're going to take our hands and clasp them behind our back. Just turn around and show you. So I'm clasping my hands. And wide-legged, and we're going to open our shoulders again. Stand up nice and tall. On the exhale, we're just going to tilt forward, just halfway. Around. Inhale. And exhale, let's go down. A nice stretch in the shoulders, down the thighs, down the legs. Inhale, back up halfway. And back up. Start. Release the arms. Now we're going to turn to the back of the mat. The left toe is going to point forward. Going to bend left knee over the ankle. Right foot is going to be turned in, so facing the back corner of the mat at the right hand side. So we're in warrior two pose, the back of the mat with the left knee forward. And take the arms Left arm in front, right arm behind, and looking along the left arm. Beautiful, powerful pose. I love the warriors, and they're so good for strength in our lower body. For everybody, especially us runners. And inhale, I'm going to straighten the right leg, going into Peaceful Warrior. So my right hand is going down my thigh and calf. My left hand is going up and over. And I'm opening my chest up to the sky. Inhale, exhale. I'm moving into extended side angle. So you've got the option of the arm onto the thigh and the right arm up and over or up to the sky. The left arm can go down to the ground, down to the mat. You want some more? Inhale and exhale. I'll go back. Peaceful Warrior. Extended side angle. Peaceful Warrior. And extended side angle. Peaceful Warrior. And extended side angle. Beautiful. Let's come back up. Put those feet nice and wide again. I go into nice strong power pose, goddess pose. Find her in a goddess or god. Okay, so feet nice and wide. Going to take her arms out to the side into cactus arms. I'm just going to sink low. Deep breath in and out. Now we can sink lower. Lovely. I feel a nice stretch in the inner thighs there. And just feeling the power in the body. On exhale, let's go into star pose. Take up space. We are worthy. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Take our arms down to the side. We're just going to bring our feet together however we want. I'm just going to shuffle them in. Stand up nice and tall and just check in again. Notice how you feel. As we're checking in, just take a nice walk up to the top of our mat, to the front of our mat. So we're in mountain pose, feet hip width apart. We're going to go into dancer pose now. I said when we started, I run with my hound. I'm very lucky. We compete in Canicross. And our command when we go is let's dance, because he sings at the start line. He loves it that much. So I have to put in a dancer pose for Tim. This is for you, Tim. Okay, so a nice mountain pose. Lift the right knee up. I'm going to take a quad stretch. Put thighs together and take the left thumb to your heart. Gently move the hand round on your right foot to the inner arch. And here we go, let's dance. So we're going to kick right foot back and up, and the left hand forward, and take a mudra. Gorgeous. Back in, the way we came. Right knee up, and then down. On slightly uneven slabs here, hence my balance was a little bit off, but it might be better on the right hand side. Okay, so reset. The beauty of these balancing poses when we're on one leg is we're building a lot of strength and stability in the lower part of the body. Whichever leg is a standing leg, that's going to benefit from the strength there. But then we're getting a nice stretch in the leg that is raised. So that's in the glute, the hip, and the hamstring. So now we're moving to the left-hand side. So just lift your left knee up. Back into a quad stretch. And thighs together. Feel that lovely stretch in the quad. Move your hand to the inner arch of the foot. And here we go. Let's dance. Left foot back and up. Right hand forward. Breathe deep. Lovely. Out the way we came in. Whoops. Very humbling yoga. I'm going to have a thought. Lovely. Back into mountain pose. And just check in with ourselves. Notice how we feel. Deep breath in and deep breath out. On inhale, back up to the sky. Exhale, down and back into plank pose. And we're just going to work on a little bit of core here with some planks. I love a plank, building strength, and it works our core, and core strength is so important for everything in life. We're going to go a little flow here, from plank, lift the hips up into downward dog. And on an exhale, we're going to go back over an imaginary hurdle into plank. Back up, down facing dog, and back over the hurdle into plank. Lovely. Side plank. So keep the right hand firmly planted. We're going to swivel over onto the right foot, place them on top of each other. If you want some more stability, you can use the top foot, which is your left foot, as a kickstand. Have them on top of each other. Then we're going to take our left hand up to the sky. Think hips up to the sky. And breathe. But why not go a little bit wild? Let's take a wild thing. So we're going to take the left foot over to the side and just take a nice gentle back bend there into wild thing. And I'm looking at a gorgeous sky. So if you're not, just pretend you are. Pretend you're looking at anything. The stars, the sky, the sun, the moon, they're all beautiful. And back into plank. I'll take that to the other side. So onto the outer edge of the left foot, stack the right foot on top, or use the right foot as a kickstand. Nice and stacked. We'll take the right arm up to the sky, and thinking hips up to the sky as well. Deep, engage that core. Let's take a wild thing. Over to the side, and open up, slight back bend. Beautiful. And exhale, back into plank. And why not? Let's just raise lower onto our forearms for a nice forearm plank. And this is the last bit of effort. We're going to stretch off now. Just build that strength. Lovely. And then lower the knees. Touch our knees. Yay. Gently sit up. Great work, everybody. And we're going to slowly take our legs forward, back into the seated position with our legs straight in front. And I'm going to take a steeple grip out in front and gently lower to my back. Have a little bit of core workout on the way down. Nice and steady. There we go. Lovely. Open our hands out to the side. Take both knees in now. Just give myself a little hug. Gently rock side to side. And if I want, I can raise my head and rocking side to side. I'm going to feel that more in the mid back, whereas with the head lowered, I can feel that more in the lower back. Both are great. Lovely. Lower the head, lower the feet. I'm going to raise the right foot up to the sky. Place my hands behind the hamstring. And if it's in your body, you can lengthen the left leg. If not, keep it bent. And just feel a nice little hamstring stretch there. You can take the hands up to the calf. Lovely. If your left leg is straight, bend it. And we'll take the left ankle over, the right ankle, sorry, over the left thigh. Get a nice stretch there. Set the needle. Left foot down, right foot down. Same on the other side. Lift the left leg up to the sky, keep the right leg bent, clasp behind the left thigh or even the left calf, whatever feels best for your body today. You can lengthen the right leg, whatever feels good for you. I've got a little bit of tightness in my left hamstring, so I'm going to keep my right leg bent. And breathe deep into the stretch. Nice, gorgeous hamstring stretch. Take the left ankle over the right leg. Thread the needle. Right foot up to the sky. And I'm using the left elbow just to gently press the left leg out a little bit, just to feel a slightly deeper stretch. But again, just going as far as feels good in my body today. So I encourage you to do the same. Deep breaths. Lovely. And then we'll lower feet to the ground. Let's take a bridge. So knees are bent, our feet are walked in towards our buttocks, and hands down on the mat to the side. On inhale, we'll start with lifting the tailbone, and if you think again, vertebrae by vertebrae, lifting all the way up. Think chest up to chin, but chin up to sky. Nice. Breath in, deep breath out. Breath in and lower on the exhale, but starting at the top of the spine this time, think vertebrae by vertebrae, lowering to the ground. And take another bridge in your own time. Take a breath in and out to the top. And exhale, lower down. Nice. And with our knees still bent, we're just going to rock them from side to side, windshield wiper them over to the right and over to the left. Over to the right, over to the left, over to the right. And then when they're over to the left, I'll go to the left because you can see easier on the video. I'm going to take the right leg, I'm going to take it across the left leg and keep it straight. Breathe deep, and you just feel a deeper stretch in the outer right hip. Okay, and bend it again on top of the left leg and back up to centre. Repeat that on the right hand side. So knees over to the right, and then extend the top leg, so the left leg goes out, and you feel that gorgeous stretch in the outer hip there and into the glute as well. It's lovely. If you want, you can run your hand along your thigh there. Then and deep breath out and back up to centre. Nice. And we're going to stretch our legs out into our most precious pose, Savasana, so time for a rest. And it's so important. As runners, we expect a lot from our bodies, but rest is the time that our body will heal. And is actually a time when we build the fitness. Rest is so important. So feet out nice and wide, nice and relaxed, arms by your side. And just let your breathing return to normal. And I am going to give you a reading. It's a beautiful reading from a book that I love. It's a book called Why We Run. Tales of Fell and Trail Running in the Lake District by Danielle Ledbury, and I found a really inspirational story in here. It's different runners, there's some famous runners, there's some very regular people, but I love this story. Leslie Malarkey actually reminds me a lot of myself, and I'm sure a lot of us runners have been through have similar stories, but the story is gorgeous. So I'm going to, as you rest and relax, let's just be inspired by Leslie Malarkey and her running story. Leslie entered her first race aged 62. Now in her 70s, the retired teacher has no intention of hanging up her running shoes. My story starts at school. A sturdy 12-year-old, lungs wrecked by years of bronchitis, is trying to run round a very large playing field. I couldn't do it, and I hated it, but fortunately I enjoyed team sports and played them throughout my college years. The years roll on. I'm married, working and living in the wilds of North Cumbria. Then one day I notice I'm fat. So I start jogging. I persevere, and after 18 months of doing 2 to 3 miles a couple of times a week, I've dropped from a size 16 to size 10. I look better, I'm happier with myself, and I'm more confident. A pattern of running to control my weight has become established. Fast forward to 1999, and my husband became very ill. I returned to a full-time demanding teaching job while bringing up the children and helping my husband recover. That is when running became more important to me, and when I moved off the roads and onto the fells. Sunday morning was my escape, when I would run alone for hours to keep everything manageable and put my worries into perspective. On retiring at the age of 60, I joined Keswick Athletics Club, and for the first time in my life, started taking running seriously. I'm old school. I believe healthy body, healthy mind. We were taught that when I trained as a PE teacher, and I still believe it to be the greatest truth. I run because it makes me feel good in every way. There's fitness, strength, and feel-good physicality. Running gives me the confidence to tackle anything. It is an empowering thing. On a long run, I can leave the house with problems, and by the time I return, they'll have found solutions. Runs are particularly good if I'm in a bad temper. I'll get out there and run and come back sweet and charming. I think we can all relate to that. When I joined Keswick Athletics Club, they were amazingly supportive of this strange old woman who rocked up from nowhere. I did my first race, age 62. I'd been chatting to another girl at the club, she was 22, and we talked each other into a race up Causey Pike. It was short, steep and hard work, but it was also great fun. All that adrenaline. Make no mistake, I'm still a slow runner whose lungs don't work properly and I'm always at the back. I'm an old woman and my times are slow compared to everybody else's, but the exhilaration makes it all worthwhile. No one wants to age. My body's slowing down and going slack around the edges. But in terms of fitness, in terms of feeling good in my skin and in terms of happiness, my 60s were probably the best decade of my life. Now, age 74, I'm still racing, but the times are getting slower. I could stop the competitions and just run, and I'd still be grateful for that. But nothing gives me the buzz that races do. So, for a little while longer, you'll find me at the start line. You can't live on the back of whatever went before in your life. When I go to a fell race, I'm no pensioner. I'm just another runner. That means a lot to me. For much of my life, I have been defined by somebody else. I've been someone's wife, someone's mother, someone's teacher. Running is entirely about me. Some people reach retirement and don't know who they are or what they believe in or what matters to them. That's a real shame. Retirement has given me a chance to reinvent myself, and a lot of my newfound confidence comes from running. I've also got a pretty good man behind me. Of course you can do that, Les, he'll say if I'm wavering before a race. Get out there and show them. Fell running has given me dozens of memorable moments. Running all the Lakeland Classics 3 times in my 60s, again in my 70s, is probably my greatest achievement. No one else, man or woman, has done that. There have been scary moments too, like the time I did the Great Lakes Fell Race as part of a team, and it was so wet that we had to hold hands to cross the waist-deep becks. But mostly my memories are of long, glorious days roaming the fells. It's a lovely feeling to look at a skyline and think, I ran along there, in that wide open space, with a whole landscape spread out in front of you. You feel like you can run forever. What an inspirational lady, Leslie Malarkey. And that was a reading from a book, Why We Run, Tales of Fell and Trail Running in the Lake District by Danielle Ledbury. I think the final thing I take from that, and it's a quote that I love, so important for us runners and yogis, and may the two beautiful arts combine. The things you dream of can all come true.
if you simply have the ambition to pursue them. So you're still in your beautiful Shavasana and resting. So I'm going to take the hands together into prayer position. Thumbs up to the third eye. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And we'll close this sequence by saying to each other, Namaste. Thank you for practicing yoga with me. Good luck with all of your running. Enjoy it and enjoy your yoga too. Boom.